Okay, we now have our grids. So now I need something that will visualize the grid. So I'm gonna, at the top of the page here, add in, I want to create the canvas element. So let's say let canvas equals document.create element of type. I'm doing well today. Canvas, and then we want to get the 2D context, and we want to embody pen child canvas. That should do it. I guess I'll center the canvas. Margin equals 0 auto. I think that'll center it. And then let's give it a border so we can see it. I don't see it. So let me take a look at here in the body. I do have a canvas. I don't see the border. Style margin 0 auto. So I screwed up somewhere with the border. Oh, I put a space here. Okay. 10. Okay. So let me make this thing a 400 by 400 canvas. I'm going to put at the top choices. So let canvas size equal 400. So you can change that later. But canvas just height equals canvas size. And canvas width equals canvas size. So whatever you choose there, it'll make it a 400 by 400. You can make it an 800 by 800. It's up to you. I'm going with 400 just to keep it, on this screen. I don't know how well you guys can read it. So I've got my font really big and my game preview window is pretty small. So I'm going with not too big of a game board. There, that's how big it will be. So 10, okay, blah, can't really see it. Okay, so there's the canvas. Now we have something to draw on. I'm not going to log the field anymore, but I now need to create, I'm just going to make some space here. I'm going to create the thing that lets me see everything on the board, or at least the current state that it's in. So I'm going to say, I'm going to work on let me first choose so the way we have it is we have the canvas size is 400, and then you can pick a grid size. So once you pick a grid size, we need to affect the size of the cell to make sure that many cells, like if I choose 10, I need to make sure that each cell is 40 pixels wide so that 10 of them can fit within 400. So what I'm going to do is say, okay, once I get the dimensions, let cell size equal canvas size divided by dims, and that'll give me my cell size. So now I know how big my cell is. So I'm going to draw a cell down here, and we're just going to see how that looks. So ctx dot rectangle 0, 0. So start at the upper left hand corner. I want to make the width equal to the cell size, and I want to make the height equal to the cell size. And then I'm just going to say ctx dot fill. If I save that and refresh, then CTX is not defined. What did I call it? Oh, I didn't call it anything. let ctx equal. Okay, I gotta name the context if I want to call upon it later, and that should work. 10. Okay, that should fit. I should be able to fit 10 of those in here. And there's a cell. So I don't like it black, but at least we can see what we're working with. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make this look like a little cover. So if I make it all black, it's not going to look, it's going to look like one giant black square. So let's affect this so that it doesn't make it black. So I'm going to say ctx.fill style equals, and I'm going to make it, I guess, I think what I chose before was 999, so we'll see what that looks like. That should be pretty light. It's light gray, so let's see. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like when you reveal a cell. No, I'm sorry, when it's not revealed, when it's covered. So that's the start of it. Now what I want to do is I want to add little edge effects. So I want to create like it's a little rectangle that's raised up like a button. So I want to create like a little, I'll show you in Inkscape. What I want to do is make a, let's say I got a rectangle here, and what I'd like to do is create a sort of like that thing where I'm going to be darker on one side, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here, but I'm going to be lighter, and then it'll look like that. So I want to make a weird little, not quite a rectangle, a sort of trapezoid on the left, and on the right, one's darker, one's lighter, and when you back out, you know, it looks kind of like it's a raised little button. So that's what I want to do. So let's do that. So I now have the background. I now want to make a, I'm going to say ctx.begin path just to be safe. ctx.rectangle, I'm going to start with the upper left, and now this time I'm going to go to the, I don't know, cell size times, let's say a fifth of the way in, so cell size divided by 20, no, I'm sorry, 5, in cell, and then to the right, no, down, I'm going to go cell size divided by 5. No, I'm sorry, I'm doing a rectangle, which is not what I want to make. I want to make a shape. So I gotta do this actually. So move to 0, 0, and then ctx.line to cell size divided by 5, comma, cell size divided by 5. So that'll go from the upper left-hand corner to this part here. So I'm going a fifth of the way in and a fifth of the way down. A fifth might be too much, but that's okay. And then I'm going to go straight down. I want to be a fifth from the bottom and just 1/5 from the left. And then I'm going to go to the lower left corner, and then I'm going to fill that with a darker color. So ctx.line to, I want to keep the x value the same, and then I want to go down all the way, so cell size, but come back from that, just be shy of that by a fifth of the cell size. Now the bottom left corner is ctx.line to 0 for the x and cell size for the y. Now ctx.fill-style, I will choose a little bit darker than the 999, and then I'm going to fill that. So let's see how that looks. I don't see anything, so I'm going to try begin path here. Let's see if that helps. And I can see it, so that looks good to me. I'm now going to do the exact same thing for the other side. So I do need a begin path apparently. Oops. I'm just going to copy all this. I'm going to say that this is the left side, so I know. And this is the right side. And this is the I don't know, cell cover, I guess, or the cell when it's covered. Okay, so what changes? Now I want to start not at 0, 0, but at all the way to the right. Actually, the top should be 0. So I'm still at the top, but I'm all the way to the right. Then I'm going to go all the way to the right minus a fifth. So I come back off of being all the way to the right by a fifth, and I'm going to drop down a fifth. And then the y, I'm going to go to here. This should stay the same as up there. And then I want to go to cell size, and that should do it. But now I'm going to use BBB, and that should be lighter than the 999. So let's try that again. I'm going to say just 3. So I got a giant cell there, so you can see it clearly. That's what it looks like. So that's one cell in the corner. So I got the drawing going. Let me do a different. So that's the cover. That's how we're going to draw a cover. So I'm going to say I'm going to put all of this stuff into a function. So I'm going to copy this. Well, I guess I'll come above it, and I'm going to say function draw cover. And I'm going to say row, comma, column. So depending on which row and column, it's going to draw this cover over that cell. And then I'm going to put a curly bracket, and I'm going to put the closing curly bracket underneath all this stuff. And then I'm going to select all the stuff and press Tab on the keyboard to indent it one level. That way I know it's inside of this function. So I want to be able to draw it not just in the upper left corner, but where the row is. So if I'm at row 0, 0, it should be 0, 0. But if I'm at row 1, that should be here. So basically at all the x values, so that's here, I want to type cell size times r. And I'm going to put that in for the base value of every x value. So I'm going to add that to every x value. So here we go. This will be that. This will add that to it. All these x values need it added. These x values will need it added. And there we go. Now I need to do the same with the y value, only now I choose based on which. I got that backwards. I always do that. So these should be C, and this should be R. So all of these little R's I put in, I need to make them C's. Okay, that should be good. And now I'm going to put in cell times the row in for the Y values. So this width needs to be, oh no, that stays, this should not be here. Sorry about that. Because for a rectangle, that's width and height. These are position. Okay, but for the line to and the move to, this is the Y values, so I need to put that in there. I need to add it here. I'm going to paste it and press plus. I then need to put that here. And these guys, I'm going to, oops, paste it and hit plus. And that should do well. So now, now that I've turned it into a function, it won't actually draw unless I call it. So I'm going to try draw cover 0, 0. That should give me the same thing. Good. Now let me try to change that. Maybe I'll draw it at 3, 3. I just got to make sure I've got a big enough number. So what if I put in 10? There, put it 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I go 4 rows in, 4 down, I've got it there. So perfect. So I've got a way to draw the cover. That's great. Now I just need a way to draw the cell when it's not covered. So I'm going to do that. We'll do it in more detail later, but just draw cell, so like if it's a revealed cell, not covered. C. And then here, I'm going to say begin path, ctx dot fill style equals, and for this one, I want to make it a little bit darker than before. So I'm going to just do 777. That's a little bit darker than the 999. There we go. Fill. I actually have to calculate the rectangle. So that'll be at cell size times C, cell size times R, and the width will be cell size, and the height will be cell size. Alright, so it can draw cells. I now want to create a function that uses these guys, and I'm going to call that draw state. I misspelled function. So this is just going to say, right now it's just going to, for let row in field, so for every row in the field, for let cell in that row of the field, we're just going to say draw cover row comma cell, I guess, and that should draw everything. So draw state, we'll call it, let's see if it works. There we go. I have a 12 by 12 grid of covers, and so it's looking okay for now. So we'll keep going in the next one.